All right, so you've decided to study English using AI, and you open ChatGPT and you start practicing. And a few days later, you're stuck. No progress, no motivation. And you start thinking, is it really possible to learn English with AI? If you have ever felt that, you're not alone. And the answer is yes, it is possible. But here's the problem. Most people use it in a way that feels productive, but doesn't actually lead to progress. And that's where the frustration begins. So in this video, I'll show you two things: what you should avoid doing with ChatGPT and what actually helps you move forward. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Eric Laverick. I'm not a native English speaker, and I help people reach fluency through technology and storytelling. The first mistake I see all the time is people open ChatGPT and ask, can you create a full English course for me? And it sounds like a good idea, but it's not. You should never ask ChatGPT to create a course for you. And here's why. At first, it even looks good. There's structure, it's organized, but as soon as you start using it, it's so boring. If you have ever started something like that and dropped it after a few days, the problem is not that you don't have discipline. The problem is in the design. Let me show you the difference between asking ChatGPT a question and making ChatGPT work for you. Teach me the simple past. Here's what you get. All the information is there, but that's it. It's only information. Because since AI doesn't know how you learn, by default, it gives you just content, not a learning experience. Now, look at this. Same topic, but with a different prompt. This prompt forces ChatGPT to organize the information visually. Then it gives you a short explanation instead of a lecture. Then it gives you a formula, and it asks you if that's clear. You can reply to it, and it adapts to your level. So here, you're controlling how AI teaches you. Yeah, so you can totally use ChatGPT to help you with your English, but you need a human to write those prompts for you. Somebody who knows about learning and who has patience, a lot of patience to fix all the bugs. I'll give you a quick example. While I was testing the grammar prompt book, every response in the exercise section was between A and B. And why? No idea. It's that moment when you feel, am I dealing with artificial intelligence or artificial stupidity here? And this is the kind of stuff that makes you feel frustrated, discouraged, and then you quit. But once you have a teacher or an expert to fix those issues and give you the right prompts, that's when ChatGPT actually starts helping you improve your English. By the way, you can download the Newspeak GPTeacher grammar book for free. The link is in the description. These examples of artificial stupidity get way more frequent when you're dealing with other skills. Now, some of you might be asking, why you have multiple books? And that leads to the next mistake you should avoid, which is don't try to work on everything at the same time. Focus on one skill at a time. Once I showed these prompts, the vocabulary prompts, to a friend, and she was impressed, but she asked, where's pronunciation? And that's exactly the problem. Pronunciation has to be trained separately, like everything else, because if you start adding too many things, the system breaks. Sometimes I have to write a really long prompt just to handle one function. But the reason I say this is a problem, it's because that's exactly how you learn your first language. First, you learn rhythm and stress, then vocabulary, then fluency, then pronunciation, then grammar, and only then storytelling. So yes, things, they overlap, but the focus is always one main skill at a time. I won't go too deep into this because I made a full video about it, and you can check it out here. Now, number 3, and this is connected to the previous. Don't try to have a conversation with ChatGPT. If you've ever tried to have real conversations with ChatGPT and felt like it wasn't really working, it has nothing to do with your pronunciation. There's like 1 million videos of native people having problems because the system can't understand what they're saying. That's right, native English speakers.
Alexa!
I can't find Something's Cooking in My Kitchen by Donna on Spotify.
It's no Donna.
cow.
Of course, that LLMs, large language models, are much smarter than Alexa, but that's just not what they were designed for. As a learner, you shouldn't treat them like real conversation partners. That's not a good alternative. At least, not yet. So, does that mean that you can't practice fluency and pronunciation with ChatGPT? You totally can. Actually, you must. Because if there's one thing that ChatGPT will always do better than any human is repetition. So think about practicing using the shadowing technique. You have to repeat the same thing over and over and over again.
Hey, how was your weekend? Hey, how was your weekend?
Hey, how was your weekend?
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good, actually.
Pretty good, actually. And this is something that you should do. You do that consistently for 15 minutes a day, and your fluency will skyrocket, right? It's like going to the gym. Your muscles grow, your fluency grows. You can use ChatGPT to help the skills behind speaking. You can use it to practice vocabulary, sentence structure, grammar, right? Pronunciation, fluency, even comprehension. But actually conversation, no. And that's a different game, right? That part is something that you should definitely practice with a human. There's a lot more that ChatGPT can help you with, especially vocabulary and storytelling. And I'll break that down in my next videos. Subscribe so that you don't miss the next videos. And if you want a taste of what AI can actually do for your English, go grab the GPTeacher grammar book. It's completely free, and honestly, it's better than any traditional grammar book you have ever used because it's alive. If something isn't clear, you just ask. I'm building a whole series around the system, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos on vocabulary and storytelling. Now, go download that prompt, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.